Today's video is sponsored by Black Gold Compost Company. I want to thank the good people over at Black Gold for the generous donation of all this beautiful black cow manure that we use in our video today, and it's made a tremendous success in our garden. I've been using black cow for many years, ever since 1980, and it's always made a tremendous difference in my garden, and I've been very pleased with our product. I highly recommend it. Thank you, Black Gold, for sponsoring our channel. Well, good morning, friends. Today I wanted to share with you my favorite leaf lettuce called Black Seeded Simpson. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. Today we're going to plant some Black Seeded Simpson leaf lettuce. It's my favorite leaf lettuce. I just like the way it tastes. To me, it has actually has a sweet taste to it. I mean, I can eat it without even putting any salad dressing on it. It just tastes just real good to me. I thought y'all might like it too. And it's easy to grow, and it's getting to the temperatures here in Florida are finally coming on down into the 70s now, and they're going into the 60s. A couple of nights we've even had a 59-degree night. So this is the time to get these in the ground because they don't really like that hot temperature. So the cool weather of the fall is really a good time to plant this. And I'm going to be planting this in containers. I've found that it's much easier to grow my lettuce in containers up on my grow table than trying to put it in the earth beds. And the reason for that is when I put it in the earth bed, it's down on the ground. I got to get down on my hands and knees to tend to it and maintain it. And the older I get, the harder that is to do. So if I have it up on the grow tables over on the herb table, Nancy's herb table, it's at a comfortable position to work on. I can water them, I can maintain them, I can harvest them. All of that is very easy from a standing position, so I do recommend that. Another reason is I have much less insect activity when I have it up off the ground. When it's down on the ground, it's getting slugs in it, it's getting aphids, it's getting all kind of problems with it. But when I raise my lettuce up onto my grow tables, that is greatly reduced, and it actually allows me to grow my lettuce without ever having to put any kind of insect control on there. If I do, I always use an organic insect pesticide anyway, but by having it on the grow table the way that I'm doing it, I don't ever have to, rarely do I have a bug problem. So that's a good thing, I want to continue to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant these in my seed starting tray, and wanted to walk you through that process so you can do that, and I'll start it on the rack, and then we'll follow the development of this lettuce all the way through the entire progression of the life of this lettuce, okay? Seed to harvest. So let's get started. Okay, I got my 1020 starting tray, and I'm using these seed starting cups that are more of a shallow cup than I usually use. This one's only about 2 inches deep, and the reason I do that is it doesn't take as long to get the plants going, and I don't need that real deep root system that I'm usually looking on some of my other vegetables. These things are really fast at growing, and we'll get these up ready to transplant in really just a matter of a few days, about a week. So let me go ahead and let's get the cells full of soil, seed starting mix. Get your mix in there and level it off. Once you got it leveled off, you need to pack it in. So I take my fingers and push down in here and pack them cells. You don't want loose soil seed starting mix in here. You want to get it kind of tight. Okay. Just take your time with this part because it's important that you get this packed in a little bit, because if that seed mix in there is full of air, and you know, then your seeds are not going to germinate. They're just going to rot, and you're going to be very disappointed. So just keep these cells packed and push them down, you know, kind of hard. You know, don't baby around with them. Get them on down there. You see how much I'm pushing them in. Okay, we got that done. Make sure they're pretty good. Okay, now the next step is I'm gonna moisten this soil a little bit, because not only does it help to pre-moisten the soil and improve the germination rate, is it helps me to pack this tray down and get that air out of it. So let's squirt it. There we go. I'll let that water just soak right into that real dry mix for a second or two. It doesn't take but a few seconds, and then I tamp it down like that. Now I got it pretty good and tight. I think I got pretty much all the air out of that soil. And I take my seeds, and keep in mind these seeds are pretty small, so kind of be careful when you put them in your hand. I see how small the seeds are. They're all black. I guess that's why they call it black seeded Simpson. But on these seeds, I'm going to not try to be real careful of how many seeds I put in here. I'm just going to take a little pinch and put a few in each cell, and I'm not going to worry about getting more than one or two. I'm going to get, you know, a few, 3 or 4. The reason for that is I'm not even going to bother to come back and thin these out. These seeds will germinate, and I can grow, and when I transplant these into the little containers, I can grow them even when there's multiple plants in this same container. They grow just fine. Last year we had a huge harvest of these black seeded Simpsons, and I never thinned out the first container. Okay, I'm getting there. Hang with me. I'm almost there. Yeah, I'm looking down in here. I'm probably getting 4 or 5, maybe even 6 seeds in each little cell. So don't worry, you're not wasting them, because every one of them pretty much will grow, and they'll do fine in the container just like that. Okay, we got the seeds in. Last step is I'll take a little bit of the soil and just lightly cover these cells again, right? Lightly cover them. Really what you're looking to do here is basically cover those seeds with about 1/4 of an inch of the seed starting mix, right? You don't want to cover them too deep, because it'd take them too long to germinate and grow, and or it may even smother them where they don't do anything at all for you. So go ahead and get the little 1/4 inch layer of soil on top of there, and then repeat the process we did when we first put the soil in by packing it in with your fingers to get it where it's tight. Okay, that's a pretty good little tray right there. And now I'm going to water it in one more time, very lightly, because remember, we've already watered the bottom part of this tray, so it doesn't take a whole lot of water this time. Well, that's pretty much it. Okay, got my little tag in here, my identification tag, so I don't forget what I got in here. And there's a tray of black seeded Simpson lettuce ready to go. So let me get this over in the seed starting rack, and we'll be off and running. Okay, there's our black seeded Simpson is in the seed starting rack, and we'll be back here in the days ahead, and we'll watch the development of these and take it to the next step. So we'll be back soon. Well, good morning, friends. What a beautiful day it is. Kind of foggy this morning, real early in the morning here on the homestead. Sun's just coming up, so I'm getting an early start today because I got a pile of things I got to get done. But one of the things I wanted to show you was our black-seeded Simpson. It's been into 3 trays. We started one of these trays together, but I ended up with a total of 3 trays because we like it so much. But this has been in the trays for about 2 weeks now. And if you come up and take a real close look, you can see I'm getting plenty of good foliage, lots of true leaves. They're up about 2 inches tall now, which is a good sign for me. I'm going to be giving these things about another 3 or 4 days out here on the rack. I'll try to harden them off a little bit this week, and then we'll get busy on getting these things started in some little small containers and getting them over to Nancy's herb table under the 40% shade cloth, and we'll get these things off and running. Looking forward to the days ahead as we watch the progression of these beautiful little leaf lettuce as they mature. So we'll see you back probably in about a week. See you then. Well, our black-seeded Simpson's ready to go. It's got up some height on it, plenty of true leaves, and it's looking pretty healthy, and I think it's done about all it wants to do sitting in them little bitty cups. So today, me and Nancy are going to transplant these in to some small containers and get them over on the herb table under the 40% shade cloth and let these things thrive. So let's get started. Well, here's our first tray, baby. How you like them?
Beautiful. They're gorgeous.
They sure are.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pretty simple process, my friends. We've got some small containers. I got these at zenhydro.com online. You can also go to somewhere like Lowe's and go in there and buy them little small paint mixing buckets, like very cheap, like 30 cents. I'm not sure about the price, but if you go and check, get some that are about this same size. They're not very big, and it doesn't take a big one for black-seeded Simpson. And it's a pretty simple process. We use some of my container mix that I mix up. I mix it up myself. You can put a little link on the video for how to make this container soil, right?
Mm-hmm. I put it in the comments.
She said she put it in the comments.
Top.
That way you can, she'll pin it to the top of the comments, so check it out, and you can make this yourself. It's nothing to it. But anyway, we got the soil ready, and all I do is I dig a little hole in here with my fingers, and I use some of this bone meal. I keep saying bone meal. Blood meal. Some blood meal for the nitrogen source.
Yep.
I put about a tablespoon right in the hole right there. And we take the plants, and you have to be kind of careful with them because they're kind of tender when they're young like this. And we just push out a plant. And remember, I have multiple seeds in each one of these cells, and I didn't care about that on this black-seeded Simpson. See how many I have in here? That's okay, because they bunch up in such a beautiful bouquet of lettuce that you ain't got to thin them out. To me, it's just a waste. And I simply put it in the little hole, and I cover it up, collapse the sides, pack it in where it's kind of nice and tight, get some of that air out, and we'll take it over to the to Nancy's herb table over there, and we'll water them all in, and they'll be off and running. So you ready to do a whole bunch of these?
Oh yes, they're delicious when it's done.
Yeah, it will. It's very delicious. Okay, well, let's get started.
All right.
Well, we got our first little table of black-seeded Simpson on the table and got it growing. Nancy's watering it in real lightly right now, which is what you want to do for about the first 3 days. You want to be sure you keep this moist, especially if your temperatures are still a little bit warm, which they are here in Florida right now. This lettuce will do real good. It's pretty hardy, so keep your eye on it, keep it wet, and we'll watch the progression of this in the days ahead until we come make a salad. So we'll be back soon. Well, our black-seeded Simpson's been out here for about 4.5 weeks, and it's ready to start eating. And we'll be coming out here and picking this in the days ahead and making some beautiful salads, but take a close-up look at how they came out. They will get a little bit bigger than this. They will get about 1/3 much more bigger than this, but I don't want to let them go too long because, you know, they start to get milky and bitter. So right now is about the perfect time to start picking these beautiful black-seeded Simpson lettuce and start enjoying them in a salad. So we'll be getting to that very shortly. So I'm going to tell Nancy she is now ready to start devouring this beautiful lettuce. So I thank you for watching on this video. We had a great time growing it together, and I think it might be a lettuce you may want to try in your garden this year. You can grow it in the fall or the spring, however you want to do it. This grows best for us down here in Florida in the fall because our springs are, you know, very short. We have a cool season and then instantly hot, so it kind of is hard to do in the spring, a little bit harder than it is in the fall. So this is fall season here, and we're having a blast with these. So thanks for watching. I hope our video helped you, brought a smile to your face and some joy to your heart. So until me and Nancy see you next time, always remember, by his hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day.